You're listening to leadai.dev, your daily updates on AI development. Today's topic is devin-ai agent now available in Windsurf IDE. Complete integration guide. Here's a quick overview. Cognition AI has integrated Devin directly into Windsurf IDE, bringing autonomous AI coding assistance with full repository awareness to developers' primary workspace. Now, let's ask our analyst about these developments. What's new? devin-ai agent integration in Windsurf IDE?
Cognition AI has launched native Devin integration within Windsurf IDE, marking the first time their autonomous AI agent operates directly inside a development environment. This integration eliminates the context switching between separate tools that previously limited Devin's effectiveness. The AI agent now accesses full repository context, including file structures, dependencies, and project configurations, while maintaining persistent awareness of ongoing development tasks across coding sessions. The technical implementation leverages Windsurf's extension architecture to provide Devin with deep IDE integration capabilities. Devin can now execute terminal commands, modify files, run tests, and debug applications without leaving the IDE environment. The agent maintains a persistent workspace state, remembering previous interactions and building context over multiple development sessions. This persistent memory enables Devin to understand project evolution and maintain consistency in coding patterns and architectural decisions across extended development cycles. Previously, developers using Devin required constant manual context provision and file sharing between the AI agent and their primary development environment. The new integration transforms this workflow by providing Devin with automatic access to project files, Git history, install dependencies, and running processes. This represents a significant advancement from standalone AI coding assistants that operate with limited context windows and require manual prompt engineering for complex tasks. Native IDE integration with full repository access and persistent workspace state autonomous terminal command execution and file modification capabilities within Windsurf persistent memory across development sessions with project context retention, real-time debugging, and testing execution without manual intervention, automatic dependency, and configuration file awareness for accurate code generation.
Thank you for that analysis. Let's move on. Who benefits from Devin's Windsurf IDE integration?
Full stack developers working on complex multi service applications gain the most immediate value from this integration. Teams managing microservices architectures, API integrations, and database migrations benefit from Devin's ability to understand cross service dependencies and maintain consistency across multiple code bases. Solo developers building SaaS applications particularly benefit from Devin's autonomous testing and debugging capabilities, which reduce the manual overhead of maintaining comprehensive test suites while iterating rapidly on feature development. Development teams using continuous integration workflows and automated deployment pipelines see significant productivity gains through Devin's integration with Windsurf's built-in Git and terminal functionality. The AI agent can automatically generate pull requests, update documentation, and maintain code quality standards without manual oversight. Startups and small development teams benefit most from the reduced context switching overhead as Devin handles routine maintenance tasks while developers focus on core business logic and user experience optimization. Developers should wait on adoption if they primarily work with legacy code bases lacking comprehensive documentation or test coverage, as Devin requires sufficient context to operate effectively. Teams using highly specialized frameworks or proprietary development environments may experience limited functionality until Cognition AI expands language and framework support. Organizations with strict code review processes should evaluate whether Devin's autonomous code generation aligns with their security and compliance requirements before full deployment. Full stack developers managing complex multi-service architectures and API integration solo SaaS builders requiring autonomous testing and rapid feature iteration support development teams using CI/CD pipelines and automated deployment workflows, startups needing reduced context switching overhead and automated maintenance tasks.
Great insight. Really helpful context. How to get started. Step-by-step Devin integration setup.
Setting up Devin in Windsurf requires an active Cognition AI subscription and Windsurf IDE version 1.2 or higher. Developers must first configure their Cognition AI API credentials within Windsurf's settings panel, located under extensions devin-ai. The setup process includes workspace permission configuration, allowing Devin to access specific project directories and execute terminal commands. Initial setup typically takes 10 to 15 minutes, including authentication and workspace scanning for project context. Configure Devon's operational parameters through the integrated settings panel, specifying which file types and directories the agent can modify, testing frameworks to utilize, and code quality standards to maintain. Set up project-specific prompts and coding conventions to ensure Devon generates code consistent with existing patterns. Enable real-time collaboration mode if working in team environments, allowing multiple developers to interact with Devon simultaneously while maintaining context awareness of concurrent changes. Verify the integration by initiating a simple task such as generating unit tests for existing functions or refactoring a specific module. Monitor Devon's activity through the integrated task panel, which displays real-time progress updates and decision-making rationale. Test terminal integration by requesting Devon to run existing test suites or install new dependencies. Confirm file modification capabilities by asking Devon to implement a small feature with corresponding tests and documentation updates. Install Windsurf IDE 1.2 Plus and configure Cognition AI API. Credentials and extensions settings set workspace permissions for directory access and terminal command execution privileges. Configure project-specific coding conventions and quality standards in Devon settings. Enable real-time collaboration mode for team environments with concurrent developer access. Verify integration with simple tasks like test generation and dependency installation. Monitor agent activity through integrated task panel with real-time progress tracking.
That's a very interesting point. Tell us about competitive context. How Devon and Windsurf changes AI development tools.
Devon's Windsurf integration creates the first truly autonomous AI development environment, distinguishing it from prompt-based assistants like GitHub Copilot and Cursor AI. While Copilot excels at code completion and Cursor provides conversational coding assistance, Devon operates independently across entire development workflows, including testing, debugging, and deployment preparation. This autonomous operation model positions Devon as a development partner rather than a coding assistant, capable of completing complex multi-step tasks without constant developer guidance or prompt refinement. The integration provides Devon with persistent context awareness that competing tools lack. GitHub Copilot operates within limited context windows and requires manual prompt engineering for complex tasks. Cursor AI maintains conversation history but lacks autonomous task execution capabilities. Devon's ability to maintain project understanding across sessions, execute terminal commands, and modify multiple files simultaneously creates a significant competitive advantage for developers managing complex applications with interconnected components and dependencies. However, Devon's integration remains limited to Windsurf IDE, while competitors offer broader editor support across VS Code, JetBrains IDEs, and web-based development environments. The subscription cost for Cognition AI access represents a higher barrier to entry compared to GitHub Copilot's integration with existing Microsoft subscriptions. Organizations already invested in Microsoft or JetBrains ecosystems may find switching costs prohibitive despite Devon's advanced capabilities. First, autonomous AI development environment versus prompt-based assistants like Copilot persistent context awareness across sessions compared to limited context windows and competitors' independent multi-step task execution without constant developer guidance requirements limited to Windsurf IDE versus broader editor support and competing solutions.
Good analysis. Let's continue. What's next? Future implications for AI-powered development?
Cognition AI's roadmap includes expanding Devon's integration beyond Windsurf to support VS Code, JetBrains IDEs, and cloud-based development environments within the next 6 months. The company is developing enhanced collaboration features allowing multiple Devon instances to work on different aspects of the same project while maintaining consistency and avoiding conflicts. Advanced debugging capabilities, including automatic bug detection and resolution, are planned for the next major release, potentially reducing manual debugging time by 80% for common issues. The integration ecosystem is expanding to include direct connections with popular development tools, including Jira, Linear, and Notion for automatic task management and documentation updates. Planned integrations with cloud platforms like AWS, Google Cloud, and Azure will enable Devon to manage infrastructure provisioning and deployment processes autonomously. These integrations position Devon as a comprehensive development operations partner rather than solely a coding assistant. This integration signals a broader industry shift toward autonomous AI agents in software development, potentially accelerating the adoption of AI-first development workflows. As Devon demonstrates autonomous task completion capabilities, Competing tools will likely evolve beyond code completion toward more comprehensive development assistance. The success of this integration may influence IDE vendors to prioritize AI agent compatibility in their platform architectures, fundamentally changing how development environments are designed and marketed. VS Code and JetBrains IDE integrations planned within 6 months of current release multi-agent collaboration features for team environments and complex project coordination, advanced debugging with automatic bug detection and resolution capabilities, cloud platform integrations for autonomous infrastructure and deployment management.
Great analysis. So, what are the key takeaways from all of this?
devin-ai agent now operates natively within Windsurf IDE with full repository context and persistent memory across development sessions. The integration enables autonomous terminal command execution, file modification, and testing without manual developer intervention. Full stack developers and startup teams benefit most from reduced context switching and automated maintenance task handling. Setup requires Cognition AI subscription, Windsurf IDE 1.2 Plus, in 10 to 15 minutes for authentication and workspace configuration.
And what market signal should our listeners watch for?
Autonomous development workflow adoption. The native IDE integration represents the first commercially viable autonomous AI development environment, moving beyond code completion toward full workflow automation. This signals a market shift from AI-assisted coding toward AI-driven development, where agents handle complete features from specification to testing. Early adoption by development teams indicates growing comfort with AI autonomy in critical development processes, potentially accelerating the timeline for widespread autonomous development tool adoption across enterprise environments. IDE platform strategic positioning. Windsurf's exclusive Devin integration creates a competitive moat in the increasingly crowded development environment market. This partnership model demonstrates how IDE vendors can differentiate through AI agent partnerships rather than building competing AI capabilities internally. The success of this integration will likely influence other IDE vendors to prioritize AI agent compatibility and seek similar partnerships, potentially reshaping the development tool ecosystem toward AI first architectures and integration capabilities. Developer productivity investment trends. The integration addresses the growing enterprise demand for measurable developer productivity improvements through AI tooling. Organizations are increasingly willing to invest in premium AI development tools that demonstrate clear ROI through reduced development cycles and improved code quality. This trend indicates a maturation of the AI development tools market where buyers prioritize proven, autonomous capabilities over experimental features, driving vendor focus toward reliable, production-ready AI agent implementations.
What should developers and operators do with this information?
Evaluate Devin integration if currently using Windsurf IDE with complex multi-service applications requiring autonomous testing and debugging capabilities. Plan 2-week pilot program with single development team to measure productivity gains before organization-wide deployment within next quarter. Upgrade to Windsurf IDE 1.2 Plus and secure Cognition AI subscription if development velocity is limited by context switching overhead between tools. Configure workspace permissions and coding standards within 48 hours of initial setup to ensure Devin generates code consistent with existing project patterns.
Thank you for listening to leadai.dev. Stay tuned for our next daily updates in this rapidly emerging market.